So here we have our first round of our local league challenge. And on the left side we have Odie versus Mark on the right. Odie, you can see, is playing that dark deck with the tech Mew. While on the right hand side we see Mark playing something with Garbodor. So here we'll see an N coming down. Gonna have both opponents shuffle their hands into their deck and draw 6 cards. So I'm not really sure what deck both players are playing. I haven't really watched ahead yet. So here we'll see the N. Have our opponent shuffle up. You've got those cool Hawlucha sleeves. As you may or may not know, Hawlucha is the unofficial mascot of the Rio Grande Valley Pokemon League. So anything with Hawlucha is cool with me. And Odie has those very, very old school play Pokemon Umbreon and Espeon sleeves. So here we see a Giratina coming down. So it is going to be that Giratina Darkrai deck we've seen so much of in standard format. Here we see Dark Energy going down to that Darkrai, powering up that Dark Pulse attack. And let's see. We see an Ultra Ball throwing away a Hoopa and some other card I really can't tell what it is. Probably going to grab a Shaman here. Yep. See that pretty full art Shaman EX. So not only do they have the very nice Hawlucha sleeves, you see Mark's playing those full arts Giratina, full art Darkrai, and full art Shaman EX. Gonna shuffle up again. Let's see, this will be a setup for 6, I believe. Once we get everybody shuffled up. Alright. So, yep, we see a Shaman coming down, setting up for 6. Can't really tell what's in our opponent in Mark's hand. I can't see my opponent, but I'm not playing. Max Elixir. Gonna hit a Dark Energy there. Probably gonna go on that Darkrai, yeah. So what Max Elixir does, you can look at the top 6 cards of your deck. If there's a basic energy in there, you can attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. So that, combined with double Dragon energies, allows Dark Pulse to hit from really, really ridiculously high damage first and second turn. Right now, Darkrai's already doing just 60 damage by himself. And it passed. Alright, so we see Odie also playing the Max Elixirs. Got a Shaman, a Baby Voltalia, and some other cards. Ultra Ball, double Max Elixir. So let's see what Odie goes for here. So he's looking at Ultra Balling. Probably you can discard that Shaman and something else in his hand. Deciding. Gonna first play that Max Elixir. 3, 4. Yeah, right. Interesting that he doesn't look at the other 2 cards that are remaining, but you know, some people will just want to play the card and get it over with. Or if you look at the rest of the cards, you can actually get a little bit more information about what's in your deck and what's not. Just a preference, I guess. So here we have. Let's see what he goes for. Is he gonna go for a second Max Elixir? That's what it looks like. Yep. Here comes the second Max Elixir. Boom. Throwing down that Dark Energy on that Baby Veltal. He could go for a Darkness Blade this turn if he really wanted to. Knocking out that Trubbish. Making it where it will be more difficult to get Garbodor into play later in the game. Next, I assume we'll see a Shaman coming down. Can you set up for 3 cards? 1, 2, 3. Good. See Professor Letter. Interesting that they play both Professor Letter and Max Elixir. You usually want the energy in the deck so you can use Max Elixir, whereas Professor Letter is used to get energy out of the deck and into your hand. So you see a Professor Letter going to grab 2 Darks. Probably going to set up for a Oblivion Wing this turn. You can Ultra Ball, discarding 2 Darks and grabbing maybe a Darkrai or whatever cards he may play. Voltalia X. Maybe it's Zorark. I'm not entirely sure. We see a Fright Knight. We see a Veltal Break, I believe. Yeah. A bunch of Dark Energy. Some more Veltal. Veltal EX. Umbreon. That's a cool one. And yep, here comes that Darkrai. It's the same Darkrai on Mark's side of the field, but this is the non-full art version of it. We'll have Odie shuffle up. So with the two max elixirs, Odie still has an attachment for the turn. He can go ahead and attach that to Darkrai if he likes. Put the Floatstone on something. I would assume either Voltar or Shaman. Yep. Okay. And then we'll see if Odie goes for an attack this turn. Oh, that's interesting. He can Oblivion Wing with Mew. I didn't think about that one. That's pretty cool. That saves his energy if Yveltal somehow gets knocked out this turn. Or you could just retreat into Yveltal, have the more HP with Yveltal. Let's see what he does. So we see an attachment to Mew and a Sycamore, discarding 2 via Seeker. That's kind of painful. But he will get 7 new cards. He can play another Max Elixir, can put down that Fighting Fury Belt. So here we see him playing what I assume is Max Elixir. I didn't see it hit the discard, but that's okay. I'm sure maybe it was in his hand off his camera, I can't really tell. So with this Oblivion Wing, we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energy in play on the first turn, which is pretty good. So we'll see a Fighting Fury Belt go on Mew, a Fright Knight Yveltal coming down. Yep, you can bench more if you like. Attaching the Fighting Fury Belt to Darkrai. Alright, that's a good play. And we see an Oblivion Wing for 40. Oh, with weakness. Oh, that's very smart. Trubbish is actually weak to Psychic. So the Oblivion Wing did 80 damage. And he needed that Fighting Fury Belt on the Mew to take the knockout. So we see that he decided to power up that Fright Knight Yveltal. It could be really big in this matchup because Mark plays so many EXs. The extra 60 damage on the bench really adds up really quickly. See a Max Elixir coming down from Mark. Doesn't look like he hit a energy. Nope. So back to that play. I didn't think about that, but Mew does knock out Trubbish for weakness. That's pretty cool. Usually the 30 but with Self wouldn't be enough because Trubbish has 70 HP. But with the Fighting Fury Belt, he got there. So not only did he knock out Garbodor, which means he can use Fright Knight, which means he can still use Mew's attack or Mew's ability to copy his attacks on the bench. That was like a prize. And we'll see a Dark Pulse here going for 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 110. Yeah, according to my math. And Odie will promote that Yveltal EX with the Floatstone. Still has free retreat. I'm not sure if they play double colorless in this deck. If he did, I would maybe go for that and sack with Fright Knight, but we'll see. So it looks like we had an Ultra Ball. Gonna search a deck for a Pokemon. Probably gonna grab Veltal Break. That's really neat. So what Veltal Break does, for every damage counter, or every Pokemon with damage counters on your opponent's side of the field, takes an additional 30 damage to the 120 that it deals to the active. So if you can spread some Fright Knight damage around, you can start putting a whole bunch of damage on the field with that Veltal Break. So, see our opponent shuffle up. Other opponent. See Odie shuffle up. Let's see if you're going to see an Oblivion Wing this turn, maybe a Fright Knight. So that's the option to Shaman, drawing 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Alright, so the option to attack with the Fright Knight is still there. If you can max elixir onto the bench and then attach the energy in hand, you can start putting up a lot of damage on the field with that Pitch Black Spear attack, which does 60 to the active and then 60 to one of your opponent's bench EX Pokemon. So you put 60 on Giratina or 60 on Shaman, setting up a two price turn next turn on Shaman, or you can just set up knockouts later for Darkrai. I think here probably the better attacker is the Fright Knight right now. Or maybe Darkrai would be 20, 40, 60. He does just need one energy, or 2 energies, because Fright Knight would stop the Fighting Fury Belt. So I think here you want to attack with the Fright Knight. Or maybe you just want an Oblivion Wing. Because if Darkrai attacked on Odie's side, it'd be doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. And then they do 120 or 110 or 130 back to you. Yeah. So here they're trying to figure out the damage here. For that Fright Knight Yveltal to get knocked out, he's gonna need 2 energy or a double dragon in play on Mark's side. So he's gonna attach to Darkrai. He's kind of committed to it now. Maybe he just wants to Oblivion Wing. I think it's kind of a passive turn to take right now. I think I'd rather go for the big damage myself. But again, I'm not playing right now, so I can just sit back and watch. Oh, no. What? Okay. Yeah. So the two options are the Darkrai or the Yveltal. So, yeah. So we're just going to see that. We're going to see a Trainer's Mail. Actually, getting that Dark Stadium in play is pretty neat. Now Mark can't put it down if he plays Reverse Valley. Typically, these Giratina decks, maybe they play Parallel City. I prefer Fright Knight, Silent Lab in a lot of cases. But putting down the Reverse Valley, just that little extra bit of damage. This is where I kind of really would have attacked with Fright Knight now if I was going to go for that Reverse Valley. And we see a Sycamore here. Gonna draw. Oh, he does play Double Colorless. Very interesting. Okay. So maybe that attachment to Darkrai wasn't the biggest deal. He can still Fright Knight. Pitch Black Spear. Come on, saying Fright Knight. Pitch Black Spear later in the game. Not too sure if I would have benched that second Baby Veltal, but that's alright. So here we're just going to see an Oblivion Wing. I'm not entirely sure if losing 2 energy this turn was worth getting 1 energy in play. We'll see what Odie does here. So we see that Double Dragon in hand, we see that Reverse Valley, so Mark does play the Reverse Valley. So that Odie getting down the Reverse Valley first is actually kind of a nice little exchange going on for him. Like I said, he's gonna lose 2 energy when the Yveltal gets knocked out this turn, assuming that Mark attacks with the Darkrai. He could also attack with Giratina this turn. He does have that second Double Dragon in hand. Oh, we'll just have to see what these players decide what to do. And taking their time, going over all their options in their head, fidgeting with their cards. Yeah, so we just see a Dark Pulse hitting for 130 because of that Fighting Fury Belt. Like I said, I don't know if it was worth losing the 2 energy just to get the 1 energy in play. That 40 damage doesn't do a whole lot right now because he lost those 2 energies. Attaching the Double Colorless doesn't help a whole lot. Because you won't get a boost from Dark Pulse. So this is where I think that last turn play of Pitch Black Spearing the Darkrai, hitting either the Darkrai and Giratina on the bench, setting up a knockout next turn for the Darkrai would have been a little bit more helpful. Now Odie is in a bit of a predicament. He can launch this attack, but he's not going to be able to knock out that Darkrai. He needs 180 damage, and right now he's only managing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 110, 120. 140, 80, 100, 20, 40. Yeah. And we'll see an N, it looks like, coming down from Odie's side. Gonna have both players shuffle their hand into their deck, drawing 4 for Mark, drawing 5 for Odie. So what can these players do? I think the only real option this turn is to attack with that Darkrai. Take a lot of damage in return. Set up a Pitch Black Spear for the next turn. Here's your Trainer's Mail. You have the option to grab 2 Ultra Balls, a Sycamore, or a Energy Switch, it seems. I think I might take... Oh, it's just a regular switch. I think that's just a switch. That energy switch. Okay. Also looks like Odie is running a little bit low on cards now. So let's see, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. 140. Because of that Fighting Fairy Belt and that Reverse Valley. Bringing that Darkrai up to 180. And because he has that Fighting Fairy Belt, Darkrai is actually going to live this turn. We see Double Dragon coming on to that Giratina. It's now ready to attack. So let's see. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 150 damage, 160 damage, 170. That's the power of Double Dragon energies counting for darks. So this... Oh, we see a Lysander. Going to take out that Shaman EX, it appears. Grabbing 2 quick prizes. Oh, no, Odie. Yeah. He didn't actually put the Darkrai in the bench, so he'll promote the Fright Night Yveltal. Take 2 prizes here. I'm sorry if you can hear that airplane flying by overhead. This microphone is very sensitive. That's kind of cool, actually. So he takes 2 prizes. Here, if he can somehow Lysander up that Shaman EX, or end his opponent down to the lower hand size, Odie still has a really good shot of winning this game. He was able to take those 2 prizes because of that Fright Night ability, deactivating the effect of Fighting Fury Belt. So, what is Odie gonna do? I think the best option would be the Pitch Black Spear. Oops, sorry. The Pitch Black Spear. And an N. Because if he doesn't, Giratina could attach Fighting Fury Belt, Lysander Shaman, but we'll see Odie choose to go for the Dark Pulse this turn. Gonna go ahead and look at his discard. It has a couple of darks, probably what he's counting in the deck, and a whole bunch of max elixirs. So right now this Darkrai is doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160. Just 1 energy short. So now the question is, do you want to end your opponent, or do you want to just go for the Sycamore? Hopefully draw that 1 dark that you need. He could play the Super... Oh, he goes for the end. Okay. We might have been a little bit better to play the Super Rod first. Again, I'm not playing, so I really can't tell what's going through the players' minds. I'm just observing here. So Mark will go down to 2 cards. Odie will go down to 3. And then I assume we'll see a Dark Pulse this turn. Okay. So this is where that Yveltal Break could have even done even more damage. if he'd attacked with it this turn. So we see a Dark Pulse here doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 160, I believe. Yeah, 160. And we see another Double Dragon. Can't attach it to Darkrai. He's going to have to find a way to retreat this Darkrai, or go down 2 prizes. See an Ultra Ball here. Mark's probably looking for another Shaman EX. Yep, and that's what he grabbed, another Shaman EX. So off the N to 2, Mark was able to get an Ultra Ball, either with the top deck or off the N to 2. And now he's going to be able to set up, draw 6 cards, put himself in a really good position to win the game either this turn or next turn. So here's the Shaman coming down, gonna draw 6 cards. What's gonna happen? Catch the Dark. He has the option to retreat the Darkrai or just attack with it. Here comes another Max Elixir. And no dice. Okay. So right now this Darkrai is doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. Ouch. That leaves this Darkrai in a bad position next turn if Mark is able to get a Lysander. We do see that second Max Elixir this turn paying off, pushing the damage on this Darkrai even further. So here we're just going to see probably a giant Dark Pulse, just doing a lot of damage. Mark's mulling over his options in the discard. We do see that Lysander. Yeah, that would be game. He drew those cards off the Shaman. So Lysander the Shaman for the game. I don't think there's anything he could have done about that one. Nope. Well, that was round 1. Mark is the victor. And we'll have round 2 probably up later this week. Alright, see you guys.